Welcome back to Podzilla, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Jasher. I am here with my brother.
Yes, you are.
And my brother's name is...
Oh, some great name that was gifted to him by some of God's great people on this.
God's great earth.
God's great earth. Some of God's great people on God's great earth. Hey, it's me. It's Mykah. What a start. You know, over the 4 years we've done this podcast.
5. This is the 5th year.
I don't think we've gotten a single clean starting to an episode.
And I think whenever we are about to start an episode, me and you just have a blank stare at each other every time. We're like, well, we've planned everything. We've seen the movie. The one thing we didn't figure out is how we're going to start the start of the episode.
But I think we finally cracked it with this episode. Wow.
That was
finally
perfect.
Got it.
Yeah, let us know how we did.
Wrap it, send it to the studio.
Yeah, that's it. This is the show where we watch themed monster movies every couple weeks. We watch another film and we talk about it. Are you okay there, Mykah?
Yeah. Look, if I could rub a little lamp and craft a genie, and conjure a genie, I would wish
Chuck on a crafting table, craft a genie. Yeah.
3 gold and a little, I don't know. What else do genies have? Incense?
Yeah.
Who knows what's in Minecraft these days? I would wish for one, just a consistently good opening to this episode.
To this podcast.
Just to this episode. 2, for people to stop hassling me about Mykah's nursing knowledge, or the lack thereof, apparently. And 3,
that the summer of Mykah will never end. That's your third, right?
Never end. I have a gripe with this I wanted to bring up, actually.
Okay. I mean, listeners, we are talking Gremlins today. This episode.
We are talking Gremlins.
It is the second episode in our little guys theme where we're talking about little monsters. But before we get to that, I mean, you can use the show notes to skip through it. Mykah, what do you want to talk about?
Shout out to Iris in our Discord,
yes.
Big P fan, who did just some great fan art of Mykah.
Big P fan.
Just living his dream in the summer of Mykah.
We got fan art of Mykah. This is the greatest thing, Iris. You can check it out on our Instagram, Podzilla Pod. Have a look at it.
Look, all I got to say is it's currently the first month of spring here in New Zealand.
Yeah.
I'm all for the summer of Mykah. Can we wait until I actually have some free time in my schedule?
You want to postpone the summer of Mykah until it is summer in New Zealand?
Yeah. Can we put a pause, hold off till December?
Okay.
And then I'll blow your socks off.
So you're saying this summer of Mykah is a dud?
This is like the test summer.
You watched like 1.5 movies. You played a bit of a video game. You're still reading the same 10 books.
Read 10 pages of 3 different books. Well, no, because look, I was looking at my letterbox.
Have you been watching nothing?
I was looking at my letterbox, and I'm like, I think you were talking to me actually, and you're like, Mykah, you should start a summer of Mykah tag.
Yeah,
and I was like, absolutely, but I can't in good faith do it until it's summer. What am I going to do? The half winter, half spring of Mykah? That doesn't roll off the tongue.
Mykah, I think you're blaming everyone. You're blaming Iris. You're blaming the P fans. They're not the ones who started the summer of Mykah. It was you that was like, hey, I've got all the time in the world now. I'm going to watch and play and read everything in the whole universe.
Look, I mean, I got busy, okay? Actually, no.
Did you really?
No, Jasher.
Well, none of us thought you would be getting busy. None of us thought you'd go back on something you'd ever say. What a surprise.
I'm too busy reading through the entirety of Marvel Comics. Look, all I'm going to say is I've got my letterboxd here. Do you want to know how many movies? Do you want to know? Do you want to know how many movies I watched in August? 9.
Okay.
That's insane.
Take out the ones that I made you watch.
Naked Gun 1, Naked Gun 2.5, Naked Gun 33 1/3, The Naked Gun, Weapons, Alien. Of my own volition, 3 movies.
They're not even movies, they're stage shows.
No, 2 of them were movies. One of them was a stage show, and it was a gosh dang great stage show too.
What were the 2 movies?
Shout out to National Theatre Live, The Effect, impeccable.
What were the 2 movies?
Jamie Lloyd, you are a director among legends.
What were the 2 movies?
That was during my sick tonsillitis weekend, where I watched Pompoko and Porco Rosso.
Oh, okay.
Good movies.
Yeah, you've already talked about them.
Have I?
We've already talked about the tanuki nutsacks or whatever's going on.
That's right. Look, those are such spring... the spring of Mykah movies.
That was all the way back at the start of summer.
It's during winter, actually. Such winter of Mykah movies. Summer of Mykah is going to be different.
All right, so if you're listening, the summer of Mykah, get ready for it to start in mid-December.
In 3 months. Set your clocks. Put it on your calendars.
On the other hand, I've been living it up, Mykah. I haven't actually been reading much lately. I haven't been playing much, but I've been watching movies. I talked about my little start to the Toxic Avenger franchise, right?
Look, I'm going to butt in here. I was chilling at our parents' house past week.
You watched some of Toxic Avenger with
me and Jasher were, I think it was the day that we were going to go see The Naked Gun.
Yep.
Shout out to Liam Neeson. And I'm chilling on the couch. Jasher's chilling on the couch.
What are all these shout outs?
And he's Jasher turns to me with a gleam in his eye.
Shout out to the couch.
Shout out to the couch.
Shout out to the gleam in my eye.
Jasher's eye. Jasher says, "Hey, Mykah, watch this." And he puts on a movie on the TV that he's like 3/4 already through. And I just see Satan dancing around on the screen, harassing a school bus full of children.
Yeah.
What is apparently the Toxic Avenger 2?
Toxic Avenger 3, The Last Temptation of Toxic. That was what it was.
And I see the main character with buck teeth dancing around in a tutu.
Yeah.
And Satan being thwarted because of
the devil himself putting Toxie through the 5 trials of wind, air. Wait, wind and air are the same thing. Air, fire, water, earth.
And the Fire Nation attacked.
I don't know what the 4th trial was. There was 5 trials.
Satan's trial.
The school bus trial. What do you think of Toxic Avenger, Mykah?
The fact that it's one of those movies...
Was it what you thought Toxic Avenger would be?
How did the climax of this movie resolve? It was that there was a clause in the devil's contract.
Yeah, the Toxic Avenger, of course, his girlfriend's blind, so he wanted to pay to get her vision
As of
restored.
Just the 3rd movie?
No, the whole time.
Okay.
But he wanted to pay to get her vision restored. The only job he could get was at Apocalypse Inc. And he was like, they killed people and did terrible stuff in the last 2 movies, but let's get a job at Apocalypse Inc. So he signed a contract, and then what do you know? The CEO of Apocalypse Inc. is the devil himself, and Toxie signed his soul away to the devil, but there was a clause that the only way that the contract could be null and void was from an act of God, which would never happen. And then the movie ends with God smiting the devil and saving Tromaville.
More movies need to resolve like that. Imagine you're watching Dune 2 and then suddenly God comes in.
Every movie happens and then there's like a clause in someone's contract. They're like, whoa. hey, Gremlin, look at this contract you signed.
Really making every movie Christian propaganda. Have you heard of like what's it called? No, not Hamilton. Spamilton?
Oh, the terrible like Christian ripoff.
Yeah.
They got sued to death. Didn't they also do like an Avengers?
Please tell me they did.
Did you see Tony Stark up on a cross? Have you seen this?
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, more movies need to insert Jesus in there.
I still want that.
Naked Gun goes crazy when Jesus enters.
Guys, I still think it was a good idea. I don't know why I didn't get anyone else backing me up that the only natural way for the Jurassic World franchise to progress is for them to get the DNA of Jesus and bring him back.
Yeah.
Literally stranger things have happened in their universe.
Dude, Finding Nemo was crazy when Marlin was crucified underwater.
Dude, I haven't seen that. Isn't that Finding Jesus? That's a real movie. Anyway, The Last Temptation of Toxie wasn't great, but the rest of the Toxic Avenger series was. Toxic Avenger 2, one of my favorite movies ever. Toxic Avenger 4, heaps of fun.
Is the first one a parody?
Yeah, but it's more like dark and more like sleazy than the others, which just sacrifice that all for pure fun.
Because the one with Peter Dinklage has been in production hell for... Or Peter Dinklage? Elijah Wood?
Yeah, the new one.
Both of them.
Yeah.
It's been in production hell for years now. And after seeing that short 20-minute sequence, which has burrowed its way into my brain, I almost think it would be better if it was just a full parody because it seems just like a classic crazy horror movie now.
Yeah, I don't know what they'll do. They said it was like unreleasable. That was the state it was in, so they couldn't get it out. But now that they've turned that around and said the only way that they could release it is to make it unrated.
The only reason
the first unrated film to hit cinemas in like years and years and years.
I fully thought you were going to say the only reason it could be released is if there was a clause in the contract.
There's probably a clause in the contract somewhere. But dude, I'm head over heels into trauma at the moment. There's a character called Sergeant Kabuki Man NYPD.
Yeah.
And he's a superhero that teams up with Toxie in Citizen Toxie, Toxic Avenger 4.
Is his name the Toxic Avenger or is he Toxie?
Toxie's a nickname.
Okay.
There's a lot of great superheroes. There's Dolphin Man, who is maybe my favorite superhero of all time. If I'm ever going to do cosplay, it's going to be Dolphin Man. But
can we clip that and can you guys send that to the Discord in a year just to remind us?
I will do it one day. I'll do it one day. But Kabuki Man had a film that I wasn't aware of. I was watching Citizen Toxie 4 and had even watched the Toxic Avenger adjacent movies to learn about Kabuki Man in the first place. So I've been going back. I've doing my homework. I just watched Sergeant Kabuki Man NYPD earlier today. It's about a kabuki show and this Japanese kabuki act. One of them has kabuki powers bestowed onto him. They get shot up and he quickly only has seconds to pass on his kabuki powers and he passes them on to just this goofy American cop. So he suddenly has all the powers of a kabuki man. And he has to save all of the town there, Mike. It's crazy. It's really good.
Sweet, I'm back from the bathroom now. What were you saying?
Kabuki Man, NYPD. Kabuki Man.
How do movies like that get made?
Yeah, it was a different era where like these and the Puppet Masters just went straight to video and the covers and titles looked so wacky that if you were at like a video rental store, you'd just be like, what is this? This looks great.
You can't make movies like that anymore.
No.
How do they make money?
No one's browsing the bowels of Shudder and Netflix, just picking at random things anymore.
Dude, I browse the bowels of Netflix.
Browse a lot of bowels. The other thing that I watched this week, I want to hear if you'd heard about this. Sweet Revenge. You heard about this thing?
Let me look this up. Nothing immediately springs to mind.
The Return of Jason from Friday the 13th.
Oh, you briefly mentioned this to me in a little Discord call we were on with some mates. An official Friday the 13th short film.
So Friday the 13th has been in legal hell for like 10 years plus. The original like co-creators or the creator and the writer have had this huge dispute. It's made like the Friday the 13th video game, which was a fan favorite, gets shut down because of legal disputes.
I'm still torn up that game
Me too.
was cancelled.
Me too. But they haven't been able to make like an official Friday the 13th movie because no one can legally do it. But this was like, okay, the rights are all straightened out now. This is Jason's big return. They renamed the Friday the 13th franchise Jason Universe.
That does not bode well.
Which is super weird. They added him into like multiverses.
Like Steven Universe.
It does. It doesn't sound like a slasher universe. He was in multiverses for a bit before that got shut down. He's coming to Fortnite in October, I think. He's been added into just all these random games and all these random collabs. They released an official first look at the new Jason, and he's just this weedy guy with a weird mask. And then the big new...
Literally me in high school.
Yeah, you wore a mask all of high school. The like big return of Jason was in an exclusive YouTube short called Sweet Revenge, which is
like a YouTube short. YouTube short?
No, like a short that's on YouTube. Okay. That's exclusive to YouTube. It's a short film exclusive to YouTube that's officially sponsored.
This makes me so pumped for the return of Jason. A sponsored YouTube exclusive.
Officially sponsored by a cider company. Hence the name Sweet Revenge. And it takes place on like in an orchard and everyone's just drinking like branded cider. And it's like 15 minutes long. Jason does some cool kills, but like what in the world what is this world we're living in when Friday the 13th returns as Jason Universe and this big new movie?
That's crazy.
It's a cider commercial.
That's crazy.
I feel sad, man. I love Friday the 13th. He's like maybe the most iconic like horror villain of all time.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Dude, Michael Myers returns in the Chuppa Chup sponsored
It'll happen.
Michael Universe.
It'll happen. And I'm worried.
Isn't it weird that can happen?
It's so weird that it can happen.
It's like movies aren't going straight to rental video stores nowadays. You're not seeing
Straight to YouTube.
Crazy covers on little videotape cassettes. But you are seeing 15-minute sponsored short films.
Is this the natural progression of the like trauma movies back in the day?
Someone in 50 years is going to be searching through the bowels of YouTube and find this short film.
I feel bad that like the official like watch order of the Friday the 13th franchise is now like, oh, I guess I need to watch Sweet Revenge. Oh, what's all this cider that's in my face?
Hop over to YouTube for a short break.
So I hate it.
What do you? No, you rated it like a 3 stars.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm just a sucker for my boy Jason.
Jason, I'll quote your Letterboxd review.
Yeah, please.
Jason is finally back.
Yes.
Very fun little short with some great gore. Yeah. You tagged it horror icon.
Because he's a horror icon, and I'm sad that he's stooping this low. It was a fun short. It's just I just wish we had like, what are we doing? We should have had like a Friday the 13th movie every year for the last 10 years. What are we doing? You can
What are we coming
print
to,
money
Jasher?
with that. The game should be still up. I don't understand it. Anyway, that's been me. Friday the 13th and Sergeant Kabuki Man, NYPD.
We also saw Weapons this week. All right, should we talk about Gremlins?
Yeah. We also saw Weapons.
We also saw a good horror movie. Weapons.
Weapons was very good. Weapons was very good. Why did I decide to talk about Toxic Avenger instead of Weapons? Special shout out to our patrons at our Odo Island tier. If you're one of our Odo Island patrons, you get to submit a movie, every theme, and it has the possibility of getting picked as the last film we cover in that theme. The current theme is Little Guys, and Mykah, at the end of the episode, we're going to be hearing from our Odo Island patrons. We're going to be listing through their submissions, and then all our patrons are going to get a chance to vote on which one they want us to cover.
I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be great.
It's a pretty good list. I can't wait to share it with you. But yes, shout out to Connor, Frogurt, G. Kira, Nerkles, Michael, Rich, Jacob, Sean, Ron, Matt, JBSpino, Emma, and JB Mason.
You're all little gremlins. You're all little gremlins today. Cheeky little gremlins.
Mogwai? They haven't changed into like the gremlin form yet, right?
Yeah, but just you wait.
Okay.
They're going to be listening to this episode at 11 p.m. It's going to wrap up at 12, and then they'll be ready for a midnight snack. And
yeah, listeners, you do not want to know what happens if you listen to Podzilla past midnight.
The three rules of Podzilla.
Yeah. Okay. What are they? Yeah.
Don't call it Gamera.
Okay.
Don't call the franchise Gamera.
Okay.
Or maybe do.
Yeah, do it. You got to. Okay. The first rule is you got to call King Ghidorah King Ghidorah. Then you got to call Gamera.
Yeah.
Ghidorah and Gamera.
Rule 2.
Yep. Okay.
Don't talk about the carrot cut. Rule 3.
Yes.
Don't listen to Podzilla after midnight.
Yep. You can listen to the Podzilla wrap-up podcast after midnight.
Yeah, that's exclusively
those are the rules.
Cider-sponsored Podzilla wrap-up podcast.
When are we making a cider-sponsored Podzilla episode? I'm going to reach out.
Before we start the episode proper, we joke about it.
We do joke about it.
If Boss Coffee sponsored us, we would accept it in a heartbeat.
Mike, I don't know if you know, but I'm reaching out to them weekly. Every time they post a story, I send them a message. Every single time I drink a Boss Coffee at work, I post an Instagram story and tag them. And then it just comes up seen by Boss Coffee. And I'm like, well, here's my in. They just never reply. What do we have to do?
Rule 4, every time you drink a Boss Coffee, think of us.
Think of us. Think of us.
Guys, Gremlins was my pick.
It was.
The little guys theme.
Alien and then Gremlins. Will we stick with one-word titles?
Maybe.
We'll see. But yeah, Gremlins,
Maybe.
1984, directed by Joe Dante. Joe Dante is a guy that I've watched a bit of. He made a lot in the 80s, like The Burbs, The Howling, Piranha, some other bits and pieces. Did he do Small Soldiers as well? I think so.
I have no clue what any of those movies are. I am looking at his list. I have seen nothing else.
A lot of like quirky creature features.
Twilight Zone the movie.
Oh.
Looney Tunes back in action.
Oh, did he direct Looney Tunes back in action?
That actually makes so much sense.
Yeah. But yeah, I love me a bit of Joe Dante. I was excited to revisit this, and of course the little guys in this, Gizmo, Stripe, and all the other Mogwai. Do you want me to? Shall I lead us into it?
Lead us into it, Jasher.
Here we go. When Billy gets a surprise little Mogwai guy named Gizmo as an early Christmas present from his pops, he's given 3 important rules. Rule number 1, don't subject the creature to sunlight or bright lights. Rule number 2, don't let him get even a drop of water on him. And rule number 3, never, ever, 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 ever feed him after midnight. Billy doesn't break any of those rules for maybe a day or 2. And as soon as he does, the Mogwai start to multiply into 1 million dastardly green gremlins that rampage all over town and cause all sorts of havoc, stringing up Billy's pet dog, flinging his old lady neighbor out of her top story window, hiding in his Christmas tree and scratching up his mum. There seems to be no stopping them until our tiny little guy Gizmo steps up and shines some sunlight onto the last of the Gremlins. Na 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 na. Mykah. Dude, I love the Gremlins.
Gremlins is great.
I love these little guys. I'm so glad you picked it for a little guys pick.
Yeah.
They are the little guys.
So I gave it 1 star, and here's why.
You hate Gremlins and you submitted it to the show.
I just wanted to dunk on it. I'd seen Gremlins a couple times before. We didn't actually grow up with this movie.
This wasn't a classic in the Drake household for some reason. I'd only seen it a couple times in my life. I think the last time I watched it was Christmas 2020, 2021.
Oh, what a year.
Oh,
We couldn't leave the house.
Mid-COVID. Yeah, what a year. But, you know, I have always known the Mogwai. I've always known the Gremlins look. Not to bring it up too many times this season, but yeah, I was an Iron Giant main in Multiverses. Secondly, Gizmo was my guy, Mykah. Why are we just covering Warner Brothers properties? We did Superman the other week. What's going on?
Talking about Jason?
Yeah, Jason? He was in Multiverses too. What's going on?
What's next, Scooby-Doo? Dude, next episode, Scrappy-Doo. And
no, Scrappy-Doo is not a little guy that we're going to be covering. But yeah, I've always known the look of the Mogwai, and it's so interesting because everyone always calls them Gremlins. I always go to call them Gremlins. They're kind of Gremlins, but the whole like joke is almost there's a character in the movie. I think he's played by, is it Dirk Miller? And his character is always just like, oh, there's gremlins in that car. That's not a good quality car. You need a proper American car. Those ones have gremlins.
Foreign machinery with the gremlins.
Foreign machinery with the gremlins.
How racist.
He's
crazy.
He's a crazy dude. But that's kind of the joke is that, yeah, gremlins do get into his car. Gremlins get into the whole city. But really, they're Mogwai, right?
Mogwai, Cantonese for demon.
Is it?
And technically, Cantonese for gremlin, I guess.
I guess it probably is. It probably does just mean gremlins. That's interesting.
Man, wrap the show there. That's all we needed to hear.
We got to the bottom of it. It is always just the craziest start when you have this father figure, Billy's father, who is this failing inventor with the most trashiest inventions that only work for the first couple weeks after they've been made. He's going from store to store trying to sell his bathroom buddies. Would you buy a bathroom buddy, Mykah?
He immediately almost like Swiss Army knife style, flicks out a little toothbrush. Not from where you would imagine toothbrush would be on it, but like on the side.
Yeah.
There's no way you can brush your teeth with the way it's oriented. That's what I think. So no, I would not buy a bathroom buddy.
It's the most useless invention in the world. There's no space next to any of the bits of the contraption that you can actually do what you need to do to your face.
Maybe that's part of the charm.
Oh, yeah. I've got a bathroom buddy.
Get real close and intimate with your bathroom buddy.
But he's trying to sell these things, and he goes to like this little secondhand antique shop in the middle of nowhere, and this old wizened Cantonese man is behind the counter.
With a crazy eye.
Crazy
wide eye.
Craziest demeanor.
He can see into the soul of your bathroom buddy.
This guy, he strikes fear into my heart. And I've always just loved how the dad hears little noises, sees this little creature, is like, oh, I want to get this thing. The owner of the shop's like, no way. Gets him out of the store. And then the little boy in the shop just sneaks the dad out.
Meet me
this
out back.
Mogwai.
I'll give you for $20.
What is this kid doing?
He's making bank is what he's doing.
He's selling this prized possession of his father, just this random bathroom
the Mogwai
buddy.
seems like the most mythical, legendary, dare I say priceless thing in this whole store. $5, however much he sold it for.
A story like this would not make any sense if you'd said it anywhere else than in the 80s.
Yeah.
Because there's like no way for them to like search about it online or find out some information about the Mogwai.
I can't wait for the Gremlins reboot where you have a scene where someone is searching up on the web.
Letterboxd Gremlins 1984. Wow. This is what they do? Here's the 3 rules.
Where they listen to the Podzilla episode to find out the 3 rules. Now they're searching up online. Do gremlins exist? And almost like the scene in The Amazing Spider-Man, no search item is found.
Yeah.
No
it's
search results.
Not Google, it's some random ripoff.
Bing.
Goggle.
Can I just say?
Yeah.
This dude acting as the dad,
he's a dud.
This role was made for John Candy.
Yeah, it was.
It was made for John Candy. And
Where was
it
John
breaks
Candy?
my heart that John Candy was not
Where was he?
in this role.
Yeah. This dad wasn't that great. I did really like the mum though. And I did like all the little bits you get at their home when she is trying out each of his inventions and they're just failing one after another.
Yeah, this movie is like a classic setup showing us the classic suburban family, suburban neighborhood.
Quaint little town.
We got little Billy, our lead, and his dog. What's the dog's name? Oh my gosh.
Mykah. The dog's name is Barney.
Barn. Dude,
Barney.
I
Barney
should
the dog.
I should know this. The actual dog, the actor of the dog, actually had a really good name.
Sorry, the actor of the dog's name. Yeah.
Let me go to IMDb for a second, Jasher. Crazy Jasher. This is crazy.
Okay.
Mushroom.
Wow.
Why'd they call it Barney? Call him Mushroom.
He calls him like Barn a lot throughout the movie, which I thought was quite fun. Dog named Barn. But you're right. It's this real quaint little Christmas tale.
Sorry.
You don't like that? That's a cool name for a dog. Barn.
That one sentence of you saying that, my mind just pivots to like Podzilla in its 50th year, where we're both like gray-haired and are single lazy boys trying to talk about movies. Hey, named his dog Barn. Found it quite quaint.
I didn't sound old when I said that.
Podzilla all washed up talking about dogs'
I sound
nicknames.
washed up already.
Man, I found it really nice that the dog had a nickname.
Dude, that was a cool name. Get Mushroom out of here. I'll go for Barn any day. This is really...
I'm betting for Mush.
Nah.
I'm betting for Room.
Nah.
How you doing, Room?
No. I forgot how Christmassy this movie is. It is right off the bat Christmas, people buying Christmas trees, snow is going everywhere. It is like fully a Christmas film. And I forgot about it. It's very festive, very family orientated, like you said, like the father, the mother, the dad struggling to make to make ends meet. Billy, who's like has a crush on the girl he's working with, and he's building up the courage to ask her out.
Nice relationship with his neighbor. goes to the bank where all of his friends work together.
Why is he bringing his dog into the bank?
Why not?
I would not.
He has a little like cubby for the dog.
Yeah. Little rope ready for the dog. Ready to. How easy Barn got that rope off that hook.
I'm so impressed with Mushroom, the dog actor.
Mushroom's acting.
Mushroom actually does so much of the legwork for this movie. The amount that he like the micro acting that Mushroom does with facial expressions, with blank stares, with looks of nervousness. This dog portrays more emotion than I think I will ever portray in my life.
This dog portrays much emotion, Jasher, as I've ever portrayed in my look sounding old now.
I am not joking when I say I think this dog is a better actor than any of the other actors in this movie.
Yeah, it's a shame. I like Billy.
I actually really like Billy. He's a really fun, almost foil to like every other teenage protagonist in most movies.
Yeah, that's the weird thing with this film, right? Is he gets the Mogwai as soon as he spills water on it, as soon as he finds out he feeds it after midnight. Every time he stuffs up, he's like telling his parents. He's going to the high school teacher and telling the high school teacher. He's getting on top of it and like getting the dude to run tests on a Mogwai.
It reminds me so much of Little Shop of Horrors, this movie. And I feel like you have a lot of the same dynamics where, you know, Billy's working with Kate, his crush, but then good old, what's his name from Little Shop of Horrors?
The dentist?
No, the main
Mr. Mushnick?
What's his name?
Seymour.
Seymour's getting a crush on Audrey. You have the John Candy-esque character.
John Candy's in that movie.
Oh my gosh. Is he the reporter?
The radio host.
Oh my gosh. Wild. The connections there.
You're right, though. And even like
but
thinking back
both
to
movies, they have the secret animal,
Yes.
the secret pet that they're trying to cultivate and look after.
And I'm thinking back to even Iron Giant, which we covered the other week, which is the same thing. Like he finds this friend, this Iron Giant, and then he hides it from everyone.
Bring back movies with children hiding secrets.
But this is weird. This is so different.
Anymore.
Is as soon as he figures out he's stuffed up, as soon as he's got 1,000,000 gremlins cocooned in his bedroom, he's like, well, Mum, what do I do? Dad, when's Dad coming back?
Wow, science teacher.
Please help me.
Please take some blood tests from this Mogwai.
He's like going to the police and he's like showing them the Mogwai and he's like, please help. The gremlins are going to take over the town.
In any other movie, he'd be hiding the Mogwai and trying to convince them just with words. He's just like, hey, look at this thing in my bag.
He's a real healthy.
Don't give him any food or he'll turn into one of the gremlins.
Healthy young boy, this guy. He's got great relationships. He's not
we're jumping all over the place. One of my favorite scenes is when he is walking home with Kate after a rough day at work.
Yeah.
They're talking about why she hates Christmas. And right as he leaves her on her doorstep, he's like, hey, Kate, have you got any free days off work this week? Yeah, Thursday. Oh, do you want to go on a date with me? This guy's brazen.
Dude, any other movie, it'll be this awkward teen boy.
Sniveling teen.
Too scared to talk to his crush.
Shaking in his boots.
Billy's walking her home and just straight up asking, you know? She's getting real depressing talking about people killing themselves at Christmas. And he's just like, well, perfect time to ask you out.
Hashtag BLB. Be like Billy.
What is BLB does not mean that.
Yeah. Hashtag be like Billy.
I was thinking BBL. Yeah, you're right. Be like Billy. BLB. Yeah.
Hashtag be Billy like.
Be Billy like.
That works. You can hyphenate it. Hashtag be Billy like.
No, we don't want to make it BBL.
Everybody, hashtag your letterbox review, be Billy like.
No. Like, I like it, but also, like, I find Billy a little bit boring and he's not the best actor. I find the girl a little bit boring. She's not the best actor. I find his dad a little bit boring. He's not the best actor.
The mum's good.
The mum's pretty good.
It was pretty good.
But
this is a weird movie because the initial premise of it, and it was written as a spec script that Steven Spielberg bought for the director to direct, and you're right. The actual premise of the movie itself is the most original thing about this movie. It's really out there. And I feel like it stands by itself. That along with all the amazing puppetry.
Oh.
But you don't really need the cast around it to be fantastic when those aspects of the movie really do just hold it up for itself.
Yeah.
Especially when you've got the dog Mushroom doing most of the legwork.
Yeah, but like there were some side characters I really liked. I love Mrs. Deagle. Just this terrible neighbor. She's got like kill Billy's dog.
She's got like 2 or 3 scenes.
Yeah, but she's
so memorable.
She's just cutting in line every time. Again, all the side characters, the guy who thinks gremlins are in the machines. Yeah,
the mustachioed man.
The mustachioed man trying to put his mail in the mailbox.
He's like an extra, but he plays his role up so well. He's a great hammer.
Corey Feldman's in this. Corey Feldman. Young little boy from the Goonies from Friday the 13th.
It's all connected.
He's kind of fun in this. He's not the best actor in this either. There's that weird scene when he's like reading on the bed with the 3D glasses. He's like ignoring what's happening with the gremlins. It's just funny. But you're right. Like the premise is so good. As soon as even Gizmo shows up, it's just magic, man. A bit of that Amblin magic on screen.
It's crazy how so instantly, even compared to most little creatures nowadays, probably the best comparison to modern day is Grogu.
Yeah.
Compared to Grogu, which is like almost the 21st, not the 21st century, but like the 2020s. When did The Mandalorian come out?
Must have been late 2010s.
Late? Oh, gosh.
Or was it?
That ruins my whole metaphor.
Was it? I don't know.
I don't know. Imagine
the modern day.
Bear with me.
Grogu is just a modern day Gizmo.
Grogu is the modern day Gizmo.
They just ripped Gizmo's look off.
They actually did, but even still, I feel like compared to Grogu, Gizmo and the puppetry for him is so far ahead.
Dude.
They managed to portray so much emotion and so much character with what is really like, in most scenes, just a hand puppeted creature.
I am shocked how good the practical effects stand out in this. Another thing I've been watching lately is Alien Earth, which we were talking about it last episode, but that's out like 3 episodes now. I've been watching it weekly.
I need to watch it. I need to see the Ice Age scene with Sid.
Yes, Sid the Sloth makes an appearance. We know you're never going to watch it, Mykah. But Alien Earth, they've gone so hard.
Back.
They've gone so hard on practical effects to the point where like I'm looking at the xenomorph in Alien Earth and I'm like, were practical effects a mistake?
Like, oh, really?
Yeah, it just looks so fake, which is not something I've really experienced before. I would have appreciated a bit more CGI in its face. But then I'm looking at
Jasher, that's a wild take.
I know.
That's a wild take.
I know.
What was the movie that came out like in the past 5 years that was really hailed for its practical effects?
Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves?
Yes. How you had like the dragon, not the Dragonborn.
The Aarakocra.
Aarakocra
and the little tabaxi.
Yeah, so many things in that movie that I feel like they were done really well in that. Yeah, it's hard.
I know, it was shocking. It was shocking watching Alien Earth.
I feel like the public voice has gotten to the point where everybody unanimously is like, practical effects are better, period. And you know, one of the things that, shout out to the YouTube channel, Corridor Digital always says is that effects are, or CG at least, effects are done better when it's practical plus CG, when they're used in unison.
And I agree with that. But then I rewatch something like Gremlins, I'm just like, well, this is perfect.
No CG in this movie whatsoever.
I'm just like, this is way better than even Alien Earth or Grogu or anything's looking nowadays.
Do we just need to downgrade? Go back to like Super 8 cameras.
I think it's, when you actually downgrade film quality, when you stop shooting digital, go back to like 1080p max.
Yeah.
But we're
spending too much money on movies.
I don't know how they're doing it either in this, because you've got the shots when Gizmo is life size and he's clearly like puppeted or got some little animatronics. But then you've got the close-ups on his face when he's making those cute little faces and moving around. And it's almost like it's a bigger puppet that they're getting some close-ups of, because every single blink and movement of the eyes and twitch of the ears just looks so lifelike and like real.
It's really crazy. I'm like you said, there are a few of those scenes where it just looks really, really good.
It's like when they released The Hobbits with that like super high frame rate. Like it switches into that.
Yeah.
You're looking at Gizmo's close-up face.
I was watching it being like, did they film this in high speed and then like slow it down?
Looks better than the rest of the movie.
I feel like it's one of the only movies that has animatronics that, even looking back at it, mid-2020s, looks real.
Yeah.
There are so few scenes in this movie where I don't believe Gizmo is a real creature.
When he first gets water on him, and the little balls pop out of his back, that looks fantastic. The little balls like pulsating on the bed that look like there's some sort of like balloon contraption that's making them puff up and puff down.
Yeah.
They just look so good. The ball growing into the Mogwai. When they actually turn into the Gremlins, the green monsters, everything with them looks so good. And my favorite scene in the film, Mykah, is when the Gremlins are attacking Billy's mum in the kitchen.
Where it turns into an actual slasher film for 5 minutes.
When they like start up some Christmas music that just feels like it's a straight up horror movie. And then Billy's mum's just walking into the kitchen. She dispatches of most of the Gremlins. She's a legend.
Forget Carrie. She's like the horror staple.
Yeah.
Final girl.
Yeah.
Billy's mum.
Hits one into the blender. And again, the practical effects just look fantastic. She starts stabbing one with a knife. Another one, she shoves it into the microwave. And the way that the like head expands.
Yeah.
And
it goes for
everywhere.
like a Raiders mode.
Oh.
I would love to hear from parents who took their children to see Gremlins after just seeing Gizmo toys show up in stores, being like, oh, here's this cute little creature. Little Timmy's going to love this movie. Traumatize him for life at the age of 6.
Dude, I'm showing my kid this as soon as I have one.
I was thinking this while watching the movie. I feel like this is a really fantastic first transition to horror movies.
Yeah.
For a young age. Because you do get those scenes where like, apart from the Gremlins' blood being green, like any film where you have a creature being blended up and their blood splurted all over the room would be traumatizing.
It is like the craziest like slasher like stuff in an M-rated like Steven Spielberg produced Amblin film.
At the time, I remember alongside Temple of Doom, which is the movie that caused PG-13 rating to become a thing. This was another one of those movies that people were really angry with it being originally PG for, and they wanted to upgrade it. I mean, not even that. Like, one of the penultimate scenes in this movie is, and again, we're jumping all over the place.
Yeah.
But Stripe, who was the big antagonist, the offspring, technically the son of Gizmo.
Yeah.
Wild. Their final showdown in the toy store. And you have Stripe being caught in the sunlight and like having a crazy meltdown sequence where all of his flesh just starts dripping off of his bones.
It is straight out of Raiders, like fully Indiana Jones. Like.
And then you're left with like that 10, 15 second long sequence where you have his bones falling onto the ground and in a puddle of slime, like bubbling.
Yeah.
I still don't know how they did it. It just looks amazing.
How? It looks incredible. Everything in this looks so good. All the puppets look so good. I don't even think there were times where I was like, oh, that's where a wire would be, or that's clearly a hand there, because they just all look fantastic.
Gizmo just feels like a real creature.
And I just love how we've got this movie that's like not a horror, but it definitely is on the side of more like kids' family movie, is it? But they're just able to go wild with these little guys and just make them absolute like menaces, and then are able to just tear them apart and chuck in so many jokes.
It was originally going to be like a proper horror movie.
Really?
Before Joe Dante ended up stripping back on some of the sequences, I think at the advice of people like Spielberg, originally those scenes were going to have like Mushroom. I've said Mushroom too much. What's his name?
Just get Mushroom out of your head, man. You talking about Barn?
Barney was fully going to be killed in the movie. You were going to have Billy's mother beheaded.
Whoa.
And crazy things happen to his entire family. And the fact that they managed to transition a horror movie to a family movie, but still have so many crazy sequences that are really mature for young kids. I mean, even the scene of Kate in the movie, who is technically the female lead, Billy's love interest, those two stuck in a room during the crazy night of the gremlin destruction, talking about how her dad died falling down a chimney and breaking his neck while dressed up in a Santa costume, trying to surprise them on Christmas Day.
It's like crazy straight up dark comedy.
But it's not even dark comedy. It's played so straight, and it really is like a really sad, really depressing sequence.
Whose dad is climbing down a chimney on Christmas Day?
You're looking at me quizzically. I think this is a fairly normal thing that a lot of parents would have done for their children.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, we don't celebrate Christmas over here.
We don't celebrate Christmas.
Are you Hindu?
No, my dad died during a chimney accident.
No, it's like we've got a summer Christmas. So our Santas on surfboards and at the beach and at McDonald's and drinking Coke.
Our
right?
Santas are in wife-beater singlets because it's too hot to wear a full red coat.
That is actually what our Santa's like.
Sunglasses,
we're not joking.
Tank top, red shorts.
We're not
on a
joking.
surfboard.
That's a Kiwi Christmas. But surely parents out there in the US and wherever else Christmas is in winter, they're not going so far to climb up on the roof and go down the chimneys. Are chimneys even that big? This is not happening,
the biggest,
right?
Yeah, that's the biggest question.
How are you going to get down a chimney without breaking your neck? Like this
Can we call the Mythbusters in here for a second?
Please, P-fans, let us know. Have you
P-fans, send us a video of you climbing down your chimney.
Can we get a POV, like set you up with a GoPro? Can you show us yourself climbing down a chimney this Christmas? Because I do not believe that it's possible.
Legally, if this podcast shows up in court due to some freak Christmas accident of someone breaking their neck because we told them to,
we'll put a clause.
Do not do this at home. We'll put a clause.
We'll put a clause there that only by act of God will we be held responsible. That story of hers is crazy, though, that like not only did he die in the chimney, but they only realized days later after Christmas when they had the fire on and could smell like burnt flesh.
Crazy.
That's a villain origin story.
That's crazy. I love that it's in the script.
It's so random.
Because at that point, you don't know if it's trying to be funny or not.
No.
And that makes you even more on edge, I think.
Man. Yeah, there's some messed up. I always feel for Gizmo. Gizmo has the roughest time when he's still he's such a nice guy. He's such a nice little guy. He's such a nice pet. He's like sitting in bed playing with the 3D glasses. His little song he sings.
That sequence with him singing along with the keyboard.
Yeah.
Incredible scene to so quickly make you fall in love with Gizmo.
Yeah.
With him like teaching Billy when he presses the wrong key. Like he presses it himself to make it sing the right note.
Yeah. And he's starting to like learn little bits of English and he's calling out for Billy. And he doesn't even
just cuddled up in the sheets on the bed.
He doesn't even want to eat after midnight. He doesn't even get water on himself. They tip water on him, and then he's thrown into a world of pain when he has these siblings or these kids he never wanted. They're stringing him up on dartboards, chucking darts at him. He's just in a life of horror.
Jasher, you ready? You ready? Gizmo is Jesus. He has not committed any sin in his life. He was tempted by Satan. He was offered the food after midnight. He declined it, and they strung him up on a dartboard.
We're going full circle on the Jesus metaphor.
And he was raised back to heaven when the Cantonese man brought him out of the household.
Yeah, my favorite biblical character, the Cantonese man.
Is the Cantonese man God?
It is nearly midnight. We should not be recording after midnight. That is the rule. Also, the Gremlins trick Billy. They like rip apart the cord to his clock so it's stuck on before midnight.
Yeah.
And a couple things. Billy has a whole plate of like 20 home-cooked chicken drumsticks just in the fridge, uncovered.
My favorite insinuation was that someone made this for Christmas dinner. Christmas lunch.
It's Christmas Eve.
He just goes into it looking for midnight snack.
Who made them? Because he tells his mum later and his mum doesn't even say anything about it. He's just like, I just gave them some chicken from the fridge. This is a normal thing in their family that they always just have a communal plate of chicken drumsticks.
Can we start this as a tradition?
Uncovered.
When we have children someday, can we please gaslight them into thinking this is something families do?
All our homes, we just have communal chicken plates. But
it's 12 o'clock midnight and you're hungry. Just grab a quick chicken drumstick from the fridge.
Second off, he feeds them. And it's nearly like 3 a.m., but they've tricked him to think it's before midnight. Billy's looking wide awake. Billy's like watching TV. I don't think there's any world in which I would just get so away with myself at night that I would not be like, oh, I'm tired. It's probably past midnight. This dude's still thinking it's 11 o'clock and it's 3 a.m.
Was that an electronic?
It was plugged in.
No, it was an alarm clock. It was a vintage. It was analog.
Plugged in analog clock. Like, what is Billy doing? This is 3 o'clock. What is he up to?
The time just flew by.
The science teacher's still awake at 3 o'clock doing experiments. He's like, whoop, guess I better get to bed. And then he's teaching class the next morning.
Jasher, can you please
everyone in this town just staying up to 3 a.m.?
Be honest with me. Has it never been a school night and you've just spent the night away watching TV? You think it's not even midnight. It's 3 a.m. You're not feeling tired. You go for a quick snack in your fridge, grab some chicken drumsticks. Proceed to stay up, I imagine, like 3 hours later.
I used to stay up late. Nowadays, man, I struggle. If I'm like watching a movie and it's like 11 p.m., I'm like, flip, I'm going to be wasted in the morning if I finish this film. And then sometimes I finish it and then I'm always wasted in the morning. What's this? This dude's got his like fancy bank job in the morning. He's staying up to 3 a.m. on the rig.
Not to mention the science teacher.
Everyone
finishes work at 2:30 a.m. Well, I think it's time to call it a day.
Maybe it's just a normal thing.
Maybe this is what Americans do. Maybe Americans don't need to sleep.
Yeah, let us know as well as the chimney thing, P-fans. If you are in America, do you have a communal drumstick plate? Do you stay up to 3 a.m. on the regular? We need to know these things. Please.
Do you climb down the chimney?
Mykah, did you have a favorite gremlin? There are a lot of gremlins.
Gizmo's so good.
A lot of little guys. You like
Absolutely Gizmo, always number one. Number two?
Yeah.
There's a lot of really good gremlins, Jasher.
There's a lot of gremlins.
There's a lot of really good gremlins.
I also love in this how there's literally hundreds and hundreds of gremlins, and then they all are just every gremlin in town's watching a movie, and they all die except for Stripe at the end. It like builds up this insurmountable force throughout the movie, and then at the end,
they all go to watch a movie.
Oh yeah, Stripe's the only one.
Crazy fact out throughout as well. Early trivia, Jasher.
Mate, Mykah, you've been chucking out early trivia.
This is the way to do it.
You're back. You're really back.
It's the spring of Mykah. Spring of Mykah trivia. Each of these gremlin animatronics, the animatronics themselves, cost around $30,000 to $40,000.
There's a lot of
adjusted, Jasher. Adjusted, for 2024, $60,000 to $90,000. New Zealand,
double that.
At least, heck, average of 100,000 grand. Isn't it crazy looking at one of these gremlins, knowing that it's worth more than you make in a year?
I make more than that in a year. What do you think so low? You think so lowly of me? We both make more than that in a year.
I don't make more than that in a year.
Dude. The older brother gets the last laugh.
Man, the guy who's really high up in his job has been working there for nearly a decade now.
That a gremlin's worth more than you.
That feels bad.
How do you feel?
It feels terrible.
That is crazy.
Did you see how many gremlins were in that theater?
That is crazy.
That's like $1 million.
That's like the whole budget of this film.
They can't afford CGI with that many gremlins. I really want to know how much Gremlin cost.
I've got two favorite bit part gremlins.
Yeah.
My first favorite bit part gremlin was the dude drinking beer splayed out on the counter, and he had like a belly that was inflating and deflating as he was drinking and inflating up the more beer he drank. And then I liked again on the bar there was just a gremlin with 3 cigarettes in his mouth.
I think 5.
Probably more than that.
7? 9?
Oh.
Living the dream.
Gremlins making smoking look cool.
Wish that were me.
Am I getting into smoking because of gremlins? When I'm addicted at an old age, people are going to be looking at me like, how did that guy get like that?
Well, son, this is where it all started.
My favorite bit part gremlin got me here. They're all so good. There's the
Forget peer pressure.
Forget pressure.
Watch out at school if someone offers you a cigarette. Don't watch Gremlins or you might start smoking.
It's what happens to you.
My favorite bit part.
Yes.
It's not even a bit part. There's a scene in the cinema where I think Stripe is watching the Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Yeah.
There's a shot where there's just a gremlin on the right side of the screen with no... Like there's no joke to him. He's not wearing a popcorn bucket as a hat. He's not smoking. He's not drinking anything. He's essentially a naked gremlin, just looking vacantly at the screen, and he's got such a funny look to his face.
He's just enjoying the movie.
He just likes cinema.
That's literally me, gremlin.
With all of the gremlins
literally
joking
me.
around, not watching the film. He's appreciating the arts.
And
I admire that.
Yeah.
Don't watch Gremlins or you might either, 1, start smoking or 2, start appreciating cinema.
Wow. There's only 2 parts. There's so many good ones. There's the
There's a lot of good ones.
detective noir gremlin like sitting by himself. There's
Little burglar gremlin right at the end nearly shooting Kate.
The like flasher gremlin who opens up his coat to Kate. Oh,
I love the poker table of gremlins.
Oh, it's so good. And they only just completely jump from here into the second movie as well, The Bad Batch.
I can't wait for that. You spoke to me briefly off mic about this.
Yeah. Well, all gremlins in this...
I know nothing about it.
They kind of look the same, right? Every single gremlin and 2 just are completely different designs.
Whoa.
Which is pretty fun.
I love... One of my favorite things about this movie is we were talking about how it verges on a family and horror movie.
Mm-hmm.
It almost... Most movies where you would have that mix, you would expect it to escalate over time and have the big climax of the movie be, the big horror scene. This movie almost, when the evil gremlins, when they eat after midnight and the gremlins come out, it starts with the goriest scene with Billy's mum.
Mm-hmm.
And it de-escalates from there, and it only gets more family-friendly as time goes on.
And it's like, oh, the gremlins are now stealing a tractor.
These people you saw hiding in the Christmas tree trying to stab mum with a knife.
That gremlin in the Christmas tree is terrifying.
Now, they're watching Snow White.
They're singing along.
Now, they're drinking beer at the pub.
Now, Stripes running across the road to get some candy.
It's great.
I love that that's the only reason Stripe survives. The only reason the big end of the movie happens is just like, oh man, we'll go good with this movie, some candy.
Crazy walking out of a film halfway through to get some candy.
Great degen behavior. There's so many fun little bits. Like one of the other inventions I loved was the orange juice, like the juicer. When Billy wakes up and he just wants some orange juice, and you can see him like second guess whether or not he wants to use his dad's invention. He ends up doing it. And then seconds later, the whole thing just juice explodes all out of it, all over him.
I love how you can tell that scene was, they had like one take to do this. They're like, this blender is going to make a huge mess of the set. Billy, don't stuff this up. This is your one shot to act this out. And you see him instantly break and just start laughing under his breath as soon as it starts to go haywire.
As he's covered in juice and he's just cracking up, and it's just so endearing. It's so fun.
It's I think that's what I really love about this movie is even it's a weird mix of all of its different aspects, but even with the human cast, I don't think most of them are. They're all good actors. None of them are like carrying the movie on their shoulders.
None of them are like big names either that have gone on to do heaps of other stuff.
Except for Corey.
And except for, who was that guy? Jonathan Banks?
Except for Jonathan Banks.
Judge Reinhold?
Judge,
Of Santa Claus fame?
Santa Claus?
The Santa Claus? Why is there a running bit in this episode about Toxic Avenger 3, The Last Temptation of Toxie? What is going on?
They're in the name Last Temptation of Christ. But like they make up for it by just having fun. Like, I love how Billy is just smiling all the way through this movie. You can tell that the actors are just having a fun time. And I think that's what makes it for me is it's a Christmas movie. They're all just having a jolly old time. And I think all of the cast and actors are just making the most of it.
Yeah. I mean, prove me wrong. I think this era is like my favorite. It's the best era of movies, right? Like late 70s, early 80s, especially for creature features. I don't think it gets any better than this for me. And like there's something just being in the middle of the Amblin era, which was like Spielberg's production company, E.T., Indiana Jones. All of them were like Jurassic Park ended up being is an Amblin movie too.
Back to the Future, Men in Black.
It's an interesting era as well when like Spielberg's got his films, but then there's other films by other directors that are the first thing on like the posters says Steven Spielberg. And even in this, it opens up with like a Steven Spielberg production. And it's a Joe Dante movie.
I like it.
For the longest time, I'd watched all of Back to the Future, and I was like, oh yeah, that's a Steven Spielberg film, but it's not.
Funny seeing Jaws, 12 show up.
Jaws is referenced in that. Raiders of the Lost Ark's referenced in this. There's a little billboard.
He's just having fun with his movies. And this movie doesn't take itself so seriously that stands out. No. I think if you have a super serious movie and you saw a reference to a Spielberg movie, it would take you out of it. But you're just having fun. This is just a fun Christmas movie.
It's a really fun Christmas movie. Do you have any other bits of trivia, Mykah?
I do, Jasher.
Okay.
Classic voice actor, Howie Mandel. Heard of him?
Classic voice actor?
Classic voice actor, Howie Mandel.
I hate Howie Mandel.
You love him. And
I
you know
hate him. What is he doing recently? He's like showing up and doing little bits. He's doing little bits on people's YouTube channels. Is he like part of Fiverr? Every single YouTube video I see, they're like, we've got a special guest, Howie Mandel. I'm like, this guy's just...
Jasher, he's past his prime, okay?
What does he have to do with Gremlins?
Voices Gizmo.
No, he doesn't.
Voices Gizmo.
No, he does not. Okay, I love Howie Mandel. I take it back.
Such the quickest 180. A lot of the reason that so many of the producers of this movie attribute its success, especially in international markets, was due to the fact that Howie Mandel voiced Gizmo in most of the other languages and cuts of this movie.
Oh, wow.
And one of the big things was that the Gremlins, the Mogwai, actually didn't have any set lines in the script. Most of it was ad lib on the day, things they thought of like right prior to filming the scenes. But after the movie was filmed, when Howie Mandel was recording a lot of those lines, they made sure to change a lot of those lines and make them, what's the best way to say this? Country appropriate. They would reference jokes of the countries at the time.
Country specific jokes. What kind of country specific jokes?
Do you want me to read the IMDb trivia verbatim?
Yeah, please.
Howie Mandel recorded Gizmo's lines phonetically for foreign dubs of the movie, where localized dialogue and in-jokes helped to make the movie successful with audiences worldwide. Now just imagine I didn't read that from IMDb. Wow, isn't that crazy? Isn't that fun?
What were these jokes? What were these in-jokes, Mykah? You need to be doing trivia enough that you're not reading verbatim IMDb. I need to know the in-jokes.
Listeners, we watched this movie.
I need to know the lore.
20 minutes prior to filming. Jasher expects me to watch the Chinese dubs for this movie.
Mykah, I expect you to
translate Howie Mandel's lines into English and figure out the phonetically foreign dubbed in-jokes.
This wasn't your fifth watch this week? I expected both commentaries, cast and crew to be watched.
I've only got time for 3 original movies per month.
One of those was a theater production.
And it was dang good. Watch The Effect on National Theatre at home. It's really good.
Shout out to The Effect.
Look, someday we're going to do
No, we're
an
not.
episode
Podzilla,
about, like,
the National Theatre
Shrek
theme.
the musical stage production
No,
and
we're
be
not.
like, hey, how cool is that dragon
No, we're not.
puppet?
Don't even put that into the ether.
The day I get
Don't even put
theatre
that into
on
the world.
Podzilla
Stop.
is the day I ascend to godhood.
The rest of the trivia segment's cancelled.
I've got some good ones here.
It's cancelled. It's cancelled. You're not going to say it because you did such a bad job.
Jasher, did you know that the reason that Gizmo was put on the dartboard was because that his animatronic broke so regularly?
What parts of it broke, Mykah?
He-
Mykah, what parts of the animatronic broke?
How am I supposed to know this?
You were the trivia guy. I should know what parts of the animatronic broke.
His nose.
You're saying all of
His
Gizmo?
nose. His eyes. The facial muscles.
Then why did he have
Jasher.
to be put on a dartboard? It must have been his legs that broke so he couldn't stand.
Because
His
you know
back
what?
so he couldn't sit
You know
up.
what? The gremlins stabbed his side with a spear.
Oh, we had
and
to
watched
put him
the
on a
blood
dartboard
flow out
because
of
his
him.
nose didn't work. This is
The cast and
cancelled.
the crew hated the Gizmo animatronic.
No more-
They strung him up on the dartboard to punish him, and they made a list of
No more
bad
trivia.
things they wanted to do to Gizmo.
no more trivia. No trivia anymore.
Are you calling the end of the summer of Mykah?
I'm calling an end to the trivia segment that we've had on the show since episode 1. We're cancelling it.
Please, Jake, this is all I have. Okay, one actually cool piece of trivia. In the tests for the Mogwai and Gremlins, they weren't originally going to be animatronics.
What were they going to be?
They weren't going to be puppets.
What were they going to be? Do you know?
Monkeys.
You're making this up. That is.
Jasher, they did
If this is true, this might be good enough to uncancel the trivia segment.
They did test screens of monkeys wearing Mogwai masks,
This is not real.
but there was a full like Nope. What's the monkey in Nope called?
Gordy?
There was like a full Gordy sequence where it couldn't handle wearing the Mogwai mask, and it went berserk.
You're making this up. This is not real.
And then one of the producers turned to Joe Dante afterwards and just said, "So puppets?"
This is not real. That is not real. How do you know
I rest
this?
my case.
Okay. Okay, that was actually pretty
I
good.
scoured through 3 hours of Gremlins behind the scenes for that, Jasher. Was it
Okay.
worth it?
That was worth it. That was good.
Thank you.
That was actually I can't believe that. That's crazy. Final thoughts?
Hold up. Can you imagine?
That's such insane.
It's such a stupid idea. Like, initially, you're like, that's crazy. It could have been a movie with monkeys. How are you going to get monkeys to act for the duration of this movie, hours upon end, in scenes with like 100 of them sitting in a theater
Also, how is that going to look?
doing bit parts?
What monkeys were they? Like chimps? No, they must have been like
Spider
tiny
monkeys.
little spider monkeys.
I'm saying that as a fact. It
You
was a
actually-
spider monkey.
Wow. Like they're so thin and tiny.
Yeah.
I guess they're like gremlin thinness, but Mogwai thinness? How are they going to fit in a little Mogwai? Would have been bigger.
Yeah, I don't know. Crazy though.
That's good, Mykah. You've done well.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for
Jasher
butting in so
praising.
much. I'm sorry.
it's good.
Last gripe I have. Why is Billy's dad stuck at a invention convention that's taking place on Christmas Eve?
Because it rhymes.
Why are the school kids going to school on Christmas Eve?
Because it rhymes.
Why in the world is this again just a US specific thing that people go to conventions and work and go to school until Christmas morning?
I think so.
We got like weeks off beforehand. It's our summer break.
It's
though, right?
our summer break. We don't have I guess we do have a winter break. I think they have like a couple weeks off from Christmas.
They're booking in the invention convention in a whole nother city on New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
Who's in
'Cause it
charge of
rhymes.
this?
Dude, did you see the time traveling machine in the background? They have the convention.
Yeah.
It goes right through Christmas. They use the time travel. This is a stupid joke. Let's end it there.
You're onto something.
I just let my mouth spout things, Jasher.
No, you're onto something. You're onto something.
How does who's making the money in this household? That's my real question.
No one.
It's
Billy.
established that the dad can't sell a single item even to a pawn shop.
The mum's like doing a really good job keeping that house in check, but she hasn't got a job. Billy's the only one.
And he essentially gets fired.
I had a good time with this. Really good time.
Did you?
I really enjoyed revisiting it. I need to make this a like genuine Christmas classic going forward. I want to try and rewatch this every Christmas because it's really good. Practical effects, again, out of this world. I'm with you. Better than anything nowadays. Nothing comes close to Gremlins. I love the horror tone. It's like balancing horror comedy and also like a family film with a real heart all together, and I don't know how they do it.
Yeah, and it does it well, which is the most surprising thing of all.
Really well. Great little guys. My heart broke for Gizmo every time his world was thrown into chaos by these gremlins. I'm sorry, Gizmo. Just on behalf of Podzilla.
He manages to embody just like sad puppy so well. All of the scenes when he gets water dropped onto him, you see him like shaking and quaking in fear.
It's not even his fault. He hasn't done anything wrong.
Billy's just abusing him as a test subject.
Literally.
They get out the teardropper and pour water onto him, and you just hear, "Oh no!"
Yeah, he just doesn't want the water dropped on him. So yeah, I really love it. I love the creature side of it. The characters all just feel a little bit flat for me. And I know that like it's very quaint performances, but I'm not a big fan of Billy or the main girl in this.
Who do you think gives the best performance?
Probably Dick Miller. I call him Dirk Miller, but Dick Miller. The racist guy who hates foreigners.
The racist neighbor.
Why does he hate foreigners so much?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
He's in a lot of Joe Dante movies, and he's also always really good. I like
Is he really?
Miller. Yeah. But there's not a great cast here. So I'm probably gonna like if I was in the world of Gremlins, Mykah.
Yeah, okay.
And I knew that there was a hit new invention hitting the streets called the Bathroom Buddy. I'd probably grab 4 of them.
4 bathroom buddies.
4 bathroom buddies out of 5 for me.
What would be your main use for it? Don't say the toothbrush.
Yeah, I never brush my teeth, so maybe the toothbrush. Nah, I won't even use the razor. Who's walking into the office and being like, "Oh, I really forgot to shave. I better do that out here." I actually don't know what I'm going to be using it for.
You're not going to be clean shaven every day of your life.
What else did it
As
have
was
on
expected in the 80s?
Yeah, that's crazy. I don't think I've been clean shaven one day at my job since I've been there. I mean, yeah.
That's good.
But yeah, good film. It was great to revisit.
Final thoughts. 1, I was jump scared by Jonathan Banks.
Yeah, he's so
With
young.
hair?
He's so young. He has so much hair.
I didn't want to see it. And 2, the scene with Deagle.
Miss
With
Deagle.
Ruby Deagle, with Miss Deagle.
And 100 cats.
Going down the staircase in her... What do you even call that?
Little stair escalator.
The stair buddy?
Stair-escalator?
Yeah, the stair-escalator.
Stair-escalator. Stair-escalator. I think I'm cooking. The stair-escalator.
Dude, you're sounding like Billy's dad right now.
Whoa, I got a new invention. Hey, the stair-escalator. I will trade you that Mogwai for a smokeless ashtray and a stair-escalator.
Ashtrays don't even give off smoke, do they?
I think they do when you first put your butt out.
As we know, after watching Gremlins and becoming chain smokers.
I am now 10 packs a day.
I love the scene with her coming down the stair with the cat on her lap. For some reason, I'm just cracking up at it. It's so funny and so camp. But the scene that gets me is when the gremlins start to mess with the wiring and it causes her to shoot out of the window.
It's so good.
It's like the single funniest second in this movie. I think, and I might be wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, the only character we see die on screen is her after you see her body in the chair, legs up, still sitting down on the middle of the road.
I think you're right. And it's so good because she seems so put together. Like she thinks everyone's beneath her throughout the film. She's talking down to them. Everyone thinks she's so important. And you see this little insight into her life. And she's like loneliest person ever living alone with all these cats. Yeah. Like needing a stair escalator to get up and down the stairs.
Cat named Dollar Bill.
Dollar Bill. And then she's just flung, smashes through that window and just gets wrecked by a gremlin. Actually, that made me happy. Made me happy.
It really brought some Christmas joy to the household.
Yeah.
And also the scene with the Gremlins showing up at the door singing Christmas carols is all-timer. That's going to be my backdrop for my Letterboxd review. It's good. If I'm... what's his name? If Randall Peltzer rocks up to my house trying to sell me some bathroom buddies, I think I'm also buying 4 bathroom buddies.
Man, 4 each.
Brush my... What? I'm not going to get
What are you brushing?
1 quadrant of my mouth at the same time.
Yeah, you're only going to get a millimeter of brush room.
Can you just stop me from making jokes? I think it was...
Can you stop me from making jokes? What is happening to us? They're not even good jokes.
I remember watching...
Let's go back to the Jesus jokes. Those were... we were cooking with those.
I remember watching a behind-the-scenes clip from The Office with BJ Novak. Or it might have been one of the other writers, but they were saying how the key to making good jokes is to just only say 10% of the jokes that you think of and only do it when you know that they're good. I think I got to learn a lesson from him. I think maybe I need to implement that to become a funnier person rather than trying to make jokes about brushing all 4 quadrants of your mouth at the same time.
I'll give you an eye if I hear something that I don't think should be coming out.
Thank you. Can you veto me?
Let's open up our mailbag, Mykah.
Nice.
What do we have here? Oh, it's a Christmas card from last Christmas, even though it is currently August. Wow.
Can we veto this joke?
Sorry, that was bad. Why was I making this Christmas? We got a letter here from Nerkles or Nick. Nick sent us a letter, Mykah.
I'll say Nick himself.
Nick says, esteemed and respected Drake brothers, Jake and Miguel. Colloquially known as the Dro Bros.
Yep.
The Drabras? That's actually good. Long time, no right. Mykah, this was a great little guy's pick with Gremlins. I think Gremlins was everyone's mind for this theme. Here's a thought. Tokusatsu movies are known for practical effects. The Gremlins are puppets. Are Gremlins tokusatsu?
I feel like, no joke, you don't say I to me here. This is Mykah spouting straight facts.
Okay.
I think part of the charm of the tokusatsu genre is having suits and practical effects, but specifically suits that are worn by humans that are human-sized.
But some of these were puppets, presumably by hand.
I don't think...
They were going to have monkeys in them. If the monkeys were in the suits,
it's a tokusatsu film.
It was nearly a tokusatsu film.
Yeah. It is nearly a tokusatsu film. God, I'm just imagining like a full body gremlin suit and how cursed that would look.
I want to see if they've got footage of it because that's random. That's just insane. Nerkles said, signs point to yes. It's one of my favorite Christmas movies ever. Additionally, I'm coming clean. The last time we rapped over at the Podzilla wrap-up show, I said that Alien's chest burster wasn't a little guy. But I retract.
Whoa.
I retract my statement. Strike it from the record. Skittering around and going is definite little guy behavior. You win this round. To be real, great stuff. Keep it up. See you soon in the pod space.
I haven't listened to this episode. Have you?
Yeah, guys.
What was the context for not thinking this was a little guy?
You are sleeping, listeners. If you're sleeping on gold, if you're not listening to the Podzilla wrap-up show, members of our community are hosting a show. They've had like a few guest hosts in now. It's so good. And I think they're going to be releasing on every other week that Podzilla comes out. So check it out. Links in the show notes. Nick's one of the hosts. Really funny. They were talking about our little guys, and I think there was some confusion initially on whether or not we meant like little guys in comparison to kaiju, which would be like the xenomorph, or little guys as in super little guys. And a lot.
Dare I say, leave it up to interpretation.
Exactly. But yeah.
I think he hit it on the head. Little guy behavior is running around with a he.
Yeah. Gizmo does a bit of that.
The
Gremlins do a bit of that.
Stripe, absolutely.
Yeah.
I also got to defend my spot as a nurse. after one of the recent wrap-up podcast episodes.
Okay.
Because they're slamming me on that podcast.
Yep.
I've made it a mission. I've made a vow to every episode on Podzilla. Shout out one thing that's medically inaccurate.
Okay.
At least to my nursing knowledge. Jasher, there's a scene in this movie where the science teacher comes up with a syringe and a needle and goes to draw blood from a Mogwai.
Mm-hmm.
First off, that looked like a filter needle. That's not the type of needle that you stab into anyone to try and draw blood from.
Mm-hmm.
You want a nice little, at least a 18, 20, 22, 24 gauge. That's the range that you're looking for.
18, 20, 22, 24 gauge.
4, 8, 15, 16, 23, 42 gauge. Because you're not going to be able to draw back blood with that. It's far too big for the vein. And second of all, he just stabs it into the Mogwai's arm.
Mm.
He doesn't know where a Mogwai vein is. And even if he did, the amount of times I have had a peripherally inserted venous cannula that is flushing well, beautifully inserted into the vein. So you have a tube going into the vein, a straw going into the vein, and you still can't draw blood back from it. It's harder than it looks. There's no way the science teacher is doing that without a nursing or a medical degree. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Mykah, you're coming in here spouting off medical knowledge, giving us some of the best trivia we've had in years on Podzilla, to be frank, and then also postponing the summer of Mykah to be even bigger and better at a later date. I think you're winning.
Thank you. Thank you. Look out for my letterbox tag, Nurse Mykah Rebuts. Not well, what's a better name for that?
Nurse Mykah says no. Discharged by the nurse.
Yes.
Nurse Mykah discharge.
Nurse Mykah MD.
Mykah's discharge. That's it. Let's do it.
I don't want people to come to my profile and looking up the Mykah's discharge tag.
Nick, thank you for your letter. Write into the show, podzillapod@gmail.com. We'll read it out every episode. We'll read out what's in there. Okay. Mykah, this is big. Get it together, man.
Yeah.
This is big.
Yeah.
It is my pick for the next Little Guys movie.
Okay, I'm actually really stoked about what this is.
In 2 weeks.
I've got genuinely no clue what it could be.
We have had a string of maybe the best movies ever, Mykah. We did Alien, Iron Giant. This, Power Rangers was even really, really good.
Superman, Warner Brothers.
Was great.
Except for Power Rangers, all Warner Brothers properties.
We've just been doing some of the best movies ever covered on this show over the last season. So I thought, hey, why don't we go back to our old days of Tammy and the T-Rex? Why don't we watch a little bit of trash, right? Alien, Gremlins. We need a little guy movie that's not that.
You're saying we've had the best run of movies. We need to stop that.
We need to stop. We need to take a breath, guys.
We need to put a wheel in the spoke of our bike.
Maybe it's all the trauma and toxic avenging that's getting to my brain, but we need a little bit of trashiness, a little bit of whack, a little bit of B grade, C grade, D grade, E grade, F grade horror.
Get ready for a Z grade movie.
Z grade Little Guys.
Jasher's short film that he recorded last week.
And it's actually perfect that you chose Gremlins, because I chose one of the most well-known Gremlins ripoffs ever. We are going to be watching and talking about Hobgoblins from 1988.
Oh, I might have heard of this.
The synopsis goes, a group of hobgoblins who allow you to live out your fantasies but kill you in the process escape from a studio vault, and a security guard and his friends must stop them before dawn. What's the average rating on Letterboxd, Mykah?
1.9.
1.9 out of 5. I think, we just need to wallow in the bowels of Little Guys for a while. And this is going to be a very special episode, Mykah. We're going to get our first guest on of season 5.
Is it who I think it's going to be?
My best friend, Hamish Skelton. You know Hamish.
Yeah, can I break the podcasting wall down for a second? Again, I'm on Letterboxd.
This is one of Hamish's favorite movies of all time, so I thought it would be great to get him on the show.
We'll see how things change next episode.
Okay.
Currently, Jasher has watched this movie and given it 1 star. Hamish has watched this movie and given it a 0.5 star.
Did he really? I thought this was one of his favorite movies ever.
How did you convince him to jump on?
I kind of just told him he was jumping on. Listeners, you know Hamish. He's been on the show before to talk Son of Godzilla. He joined us to talk Godzilla Singular Point, and he's making his third appearance on Podzilla. And kicking off, I think we're going to have, most themes are going to have a guest from here on out. So he's starting it all, jumping on to cover hobgoblins.
Do we want to commit to that? Off mic, Jasher. Do we?
Let's commit to it.
We're committing to most themes having a guest.
Most themes have a guest from here on out, Mykah. And Hamish is our first. Hobgoblins. Everyone watch it. I think I'm going to try and get a watch party going in the Discord. So jump in, link in the show notes. It's going to be a fun episode, Mykah. Are you ready for Hobgoblins?
All I know about it is that it's a movie featured on one of the best house party games, Riff Tracks.
Yeah.
Known for its Z-grade movies.
Yeah. This is going to be fun.
I'm ready.
We needed this.
I'm ready.
We needed this.
we needed this.
But after Hobgoblins, the next episode is going to be a movie picked by our Odo Island patrons. And I've got their list here.
Okay.
So they've all submitted a movie for the Little Guys theme. And then if you are a patron at any level at patreon.com/Podzilla, you're going to be able to vote on one of these movies. And then the winning movie with the most amount of votes is the film that we cover.
I know none of these.
Okay.
Please give me the rundown. How many do we have?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Okay.
Are you ready?
We've got a good spread.
We have The Dark Crystal.
Oh,
The Dark Crystal. I've never seen it.
You've never seen it?
There are a lot of little guys. The Skeksis?
Um,
Is that what they call it? The Skeksis? The little bird creature monster things?
I don't know well enough to
Have you
tell
seen
no. My dad has shown me this once. I watched half of it.
Well,
I was impressed with the puppetry.
well, there we go. We have Ernest Scared Stupid.
Sounds amazing.
Some crazy Halloween comedy that I think there are little guys in. So that should be fun. We have Evil Dead 2, Mykah. Evil Dead 2.
Oh,
With my favorite little guy ever, Ash's Hand.
that's amazing. Wait, Jasher, that's
Such
a
a
really
good
good.
pick.
That's a really good.
Ash's Hand as a little guy. Someone's...
And this is great as well because that's a movie. If it gets picked, we don't need to watch the first movie.
No.
'Cause it's all recap.
It's all a recap. It's perfect. Someone submitted both Ewok adventure movies. Have you seen an Ewok adventure, either Caravan of Courage or The Battle for Endor?
No, those are good little guy picks.
So we could watch both of those if that ends up winning. We could do an Ewok adventure
we're doing
double
a double
feature. Star Wars, Ewoks as little guys. We have Gremlins 2, the new batch. So we go straight into, or not straight into, Gremlins, Hobgoblins, Gremlins 2, the natural progression of that franchise.
This theme just turns into Aliens plus the Gremlins journey.
We have Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Oh, thank you.
Originally going to be your
Mykah's
pick.
lost pick.
There we go. We have Leprechaun, the slasher film with Warwick Davis as a
No
killing,
way.
murdering leprechaun. We have The Mist.
Oh,
The
my
Stephen
favorite
King-
little creature, water particles
In The
in
Mist.
various forms of gaseous and liquid states.
The Mist itself as a little guy. I think this is the second time The Mist has popped up as one of these Patreon poll submissions. So we'll see if the Stephen King classic gets its time to shine. We also have The Room, Mykah.
Who's the little guy in the room?
The doggy.
This is not Brie Larson in the room.
No, this is Tommy Wiseau's The Room, in which he's like, "Hi, doggy. Hi, doggy." One scene in the film, he pets a little dog.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
It's a little guy. It could be Gremlins, Hobgoblins, The Room. And it could be the end of Podzilla.
I love this season.
I love this season too. And then we have Small Soldiers. I think it's another Joe Dante film.
Okay.
Small Soldiers, that could be really fun.
Who are the small soldiers? I'm thinking like Toy Story Army.
Yeah, I think they're like action figure.
Oh, yeah, this is good.
Is it Joe Dante?
When missile technology is used to enhance toy action figures, they begin to take their battle programming too seriously.
Joe Dante?
Joe Dante. This is Buzz Lightyear, the movie.
Yeah, it is. And then lastly, we have Tremors.
Oh, they
Big-
weren't dealing with little. Oh, no, I'm thinking of holes. Go on.
Not holes. This is Tremors.
The little guys, the holes themselves.
Tremors, big old worms in the desert,
Sure.
but they're smaller than Godzilla. The little guys. So we have, just to recap, Dark Crystal, Ernest Scared Stupid, Evil Dead 2, Ewok Adventures, Gremlins 2, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, Leprechaun, The Mist, The Room, Small Soldiers, Tremors. Get to the polls. get to voting.
I would be so happy with 80% of these, which is really good for a patron nominated list.
No WrestleMania this submission. I'm happy with that.
And most of that 20% is due to the fact that I have no clue who Ernest is or why it's on a little guy's list.
Or why he's scared stupid. Thank you so much for listening, guys. For patrons, patrons get a special extended version of every episode that comes out on our feed. This episode you're listening to now is extended if you're a patron. And in the extended section, we'll be talking about a Godzilla graphic novel, Godzilla Here There Be Dragons. Godzilla meets Pirates of the Caribbean, pretty much. So we're going to talk about that. Me and you read it this week, Mykah. We got lots to say about it. I got lots to say about it.
This is one of the Godzilla graphic novels that I've been most anticipating since I saw its release initially. I'm so glad we're finally getting around to it.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. But yeah, thanks for listening, guys, and we will see you in 2 weeks for Hobgoblins.
Spooky. It's probably midnight, so don't eat any food. Go straight to bed.
Straight to bed. No chicken drumsticks. We're watching you. No drops of water. No lights on.
No light.
Run to your bed. Go to bed. Stop listening to Podzilla. Stop staying up late.
Don't look at your phone screen. It's too bright.
Yeah, please. Stay safe out there, P-fans.
Can we take a quick break? Grab those chicken drumsticks.
My communal chicken drumsticks.
What's
going on?
crazy?
What does this Gremlins episode become?